Good afternoon, Franklin Township. This is PJ Parker from the Franklin Reporter and Advocate, and we are here today at the Community Senior Center on DeMont Lane for the celebration of the lighting, inaugurating the Ramadan season, the season of fasting, the season of reflection, the season of moving forward into the spirit of peace and those things that are dearest and nearest to our heart. And we celebrate in our multicultural capacity in Franklin Township in so many ways. And we have so many people here who represent different cultures as well. The organizer of this event is our deputy mayor, Ms. Shipa Udin, who's going to tell us the rest of the story about Ramadan, fill in the pieces that I don't understand as well as she does. And we have Imam Jawad, Imam Rizvi, we have Rabbi Garfinkel, and we have Mayor Philip Kramer. Each one has a different event significance in being here today, and they're all going to tell you about that. Shipa, tell us some more.
Thank you, PJ, and thank you for being here. This is for the community. We have, as you may know, a Muslim population here, and this is pretty much an ask that came in from the residents to be able to feel inclusive and have that diversity in town of having an event. So when I was approached, I thought, hey, we have a really nice Parks and Recs department, and we do a lot. We just had Black History Month here yesterday. We're going to celebrate Easter coming up, and I thought this is kind of putting it all together of having an event also for our Muslim population of the Ramadan event, which is significant of fasting. It's 30 days of fasting, which means no water, no food, no drinking until sunset. And I know the imams can explain it much more in depth, but it's really an event for unity. You can see we have a very broad group of residents here today. Everyone is just very welcoming. It's bridging the gap and putting together what I call, again, that unity of each other. Just coming in, supporting your neighbor, understanding why your neighbor's fasting for 30 days, putting that perspective in town. And for those kids, because school kids we have BOE as well. So again, it's all about perspective, educational, and the unity.
No, it's a lovely ceremony, and we know we have. Speaking of children, we have children who are going to be coming in and singing and doing some dancing. It's celebration as we reflect. And again, as Shipa mentioned, it's 30 days of fasting. It's really an internal, not just a physical cleansing, but an emotional recollection and spiritual reflection to carry on for the year that has passed and the year that's moving forward that we're going into. So, if you would introduce our Imam.
Absolutely. This is Imam Jawad. I think he's a very familiar face in town. He is ICNA. He's part of ICNA ICNA, which is in town in Hamilton Street. Why Islam, which is also in Hamilton Street. I mean, he can probably give you his bio, but it's long.
Okay.
And he's well for me. He does a lot for the community with the food bank. They do a lot of, I think, also food. You also have a food pantry in your, so it's again a lot for the community. So Imam Jawad.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let me scoot over here. Tell us why you are here today, Imam.
I'm here to celebrate diversity and the multicultural background of Somerset right here, that we have people from different background and faith. And we appreciate that people from other faiths are coming here to honor the Muslim tradition of Ramadan, which is a month of patience, because we learn about how to be patient when people don't have enough resources. So we are taught by our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is that when we fast, we learn how the poor people feel who may not get to eat 3 meals a day or even 2 meals a day. So it's a month of patience and acknowledgement of the people who have less resources so that we can be more generous and give more to the community, give more back to the society, and be having, regardless of which faith they belong to, which race they belong to, ethnicity, that we give back to the whole community in terms of our generosity and contribution.
We so appreciate that there are so many hands extended from different cultures to different cultures in our community. Thank you so much. If I could scoot over here, and Imam Rizvi, who is with Masjid Ali.
Thank you very much for organizing this event. I like to reiterate what Imam Jawad has said. Of course, this month is marks as the month of fasting in the Islamic tradition. But fasting isn't something which is exclusive to Islam. All right, Christians fast, the Jews fast, and other faiths around the world they fast. So fasting is a is a common phenomena amongst all human beings. Just so that Muslims make this effort to fast for 30 days in a row. Of course, it is worldwide, and therefore it is noticed, and hence every community like ours here in Franklin Township makes an effort to recognize these 30 days of fasting. But more so, what Imam Jawad was saying is the spirit of fasting, where by depriving ourselves from the basic food and drinks and all the other basic necessities, we're understanding the state of those who are less fortunate around us.
Well said. Thank you so much. Again, I'm very impressed with the concept of the patience to understand others and how we can help others moving forward. If I could scoot over here, and Rabbi Garfinkel, you are here.
I am. I'm here on behalf of the local Interfaith Council, and I think it's very important for residents of Franklin to notice the celebrations and observances of all the people here. That is something that makes Franklin Township different from other communities. I've been in many other communities where everybody does their own thing completely separately. Nobody knows what the other one is doing. But here we are aware of what our neighbors, our brothers are doing, and it's important to take note of that.
And especially in the climate that we are finding ourselves in right now, the brotherhood and the sisterhood, especially in Franklin Township, to set the example of what true culturalism is all about and the appreciation, excuse me, of each other's cultures. It's an extraordinary community.
Yes, it really is. We have something special here that should be duplicated throughout the world.
I agree. Thank you so kindly. Okay, if I could scoot over. And last but certainly not least, Mr. Mayor, Dr. Philip Kramer, who is always the last person to wrap up the conversation. What I wanted to also mention that it's a similar festival to Yom Kippur, except that Yom Kippur is a day of fasting and reflection, whereas Ramadan is a 30-day festival. Which is neither here nor there as to why you're here, but I thought I would mention it since I forgot to mention it with Rabbi Garfinkel. Tell us why you're here.
I'm here as a representative of the town to welcome this group of people for the celebration. I'm very gratified that how multicultural it is here today. Different religions are here, different faiths, different backgrounds, and that's Franklin. Sharing from each other, learning from each other. So, welcome.
Thank you, Mayor Kramer, and thank you all of our guests, and thank you to all of our audiences who are getting ready to celebrate the lighting of the Ramadan moon, which is right back here. So, Franklin, stay tuned. You'll see this video very, very shortly if you're not already seeing it live. And this is PJ Parker, Franklin